It's MLG back at y'all with a new topic, a new video, a new problem. So this one is about a skill, some knowledge I acquired playing Burning Wheel, but that I now apply to every game I play. It's a role-playing skill. It's a mechanical gaming skill, and it's really important and useful. And I wish I could have, I think now I consider this one of the most fundamental thing a role player should know, honestly. And it's the distinction between task resolution and conflict resolution. I've been intuitively, going around this topic for a long time, like without knowing what I was talking about. And I was like, flirting with it, trying to reach it. I was seeing it in the fog, in the mist, of comprehension, and now I see clearly, at least way more clearly. So, what's the difference? That's a theoretical idea, language-based skill, and it's good for GM and players. Task resolution. First, what the resolution is everything that you do in a game that's gonna need a role. Some don't even need a role, but that needs to be resolved. It's a resolution. And yeah, so basically what it is simple. It's everything that needs to be resolved in the game. So basically that's what makes the game going. So the task resolution is the what, and the conflict resolution is the why. So everything you're trying to do as a player in the game has these two layers, of intentionality to the game, to the narration. So the what is like, I wanna climb that wall. That's the task. You need to climb that wall. The conflict is the why. Well, because I need to get out of the prison. All right, so that's kind of easy, So what you do is you roll. It doesn't matter if you look at it on the conflict perspective or the task perspective. At the end of the day, you still have to climb that wall. So what you do is you roll climbing as a skill to get on the other side of the wall, and escape the prison. Now, the reason why I think it's fundamental to get to know these distinctions between task and conflict resolution is because once you realize, either as a GM or as a player, that the most important thing might be the conflict at hand, it allows you to get out of the yes or no dichotomy. Yes or no, like win or lose, or success or failure distinction. For example, if you are the player and you say, I want to climb that wall, and the conflict is that you are in the prison, and you just and that's really problematic for your quest that you need to do, because you have to get out of there and you have to save the princess, you know. So what's the most important thing here is not to climb or not the wall, it's to get out of the prison. So a good GM or a good player or a good group whatsoever knows that now what's matter is that you get out. It's not that you climb the wall. So you roll your climbing skill and you fail because that's what it is, you know. You fail. And so understanding the distinction between conflict and task resolution allows you as a GM or as a player, or it allows you to achieve, to escape anyway. And it's not about the quantum ogre thing. It's about, okay, so you managed to climb over the wall, but on the other side there is guards waiting for you. There is the Duke with his knights watching you sliding off the ledge of the wall, you know, and laughing at you, you know. So whatever it has to be, now you have another situation. But the thing is that every time you have to do something in an RPG, you have the task, the small little thing that you're gonna roll the skill for. But there's always a reason why. And something interesting as well is that once you understand the distinction between task resolution and conflict resolution, sometimes you realize there's no why. And that's bad. When there's no why for the things you're doing, you know you are in a rabbit hole. You know you are in a little, you are you know, sometimes it happens when you play RPG, you go into that zone where you just roll dice for no reason, you don't know why you're doing the stuff you do. Sometimes it happens, it's just weird. Now, understanding the difference between the two. Now, as a player, it's important to manifest it. I want to climb that wall because I need to get out of here. And when you have a good social contract, or when you know the people you play with, everybody will know, you know, that nobody wants to stay in prison. You know, when you play an RPG, that's not a prison break story. So nobody wants to stay there. So let's say you fail. Everybody have experienced that in the past. I'm trying to climb that wall, roll the dice, boom, fail. The wall is slippery, and then you fall back on your ass, and then you get 2 HP damage. I'm gonna try again. Oh, you got it. So you managed to get out of the wall. What's that? That's just weird. That's not right. I don't know. There's something wrong with that. Anyway, but so instead of doing that and rolling again to climb a wall, or trying another way to get out of there, you know, the GM if you cannot climb the wall, you know, the GM could say the wall is just too high, you cannot find another way, whatever, and that's already a waste of narrative energy right there. So no, just realize that the conflict is more important than the task. When the conflict is more important than the task, the task is just a reason to see how getting out of the prison is gonna happen. You're gonna get out anyway. Everybody knows it. Everybody wants it. Nobody's gonna bug each other. You know, a group of people playing an RPG are not gonna get bogged down in the prison if they don't want to stay in the prison. You know what I'm saying? So everybody knows they're gonna get out. Now they need to know how it's gonna happen. So this is why difference between task resolution and conflict resolution is so important. And as a player, you know, this is why I said in the beginning of the video, this is one of the most important skill I think a role player as a GM or as a player needs to have, because it makes a whole difference. It makes you save so much energy, so much narrative energy, so much decision making, so much useless RPG time. What you do is simple. As a player, you make sure that your why, your conflict is put forward. So now that your conflict has been stated and your why has been stated, the task become just the thing that happens. You know, it's not a situation of life or death now. It's just climbing the wall. You're gonna climb it. So you roll climb. But you're gonna fail that roll. So you managed to climb on the other side, but you, at midway through, you had to drop your equipment. Getting on the top of it, you fall on the other side, you're making some noise. Now the guards are after you. You climb the wall, but on the other side, there is the Duke waiting for you with his knight. You climb the wall, but on the other side, I don't know, man, just... you climbed the fucking wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you wanted to get out. That's the most important thing. And now don't say that there's no need for a roll if you need to get out. That's not the point. Because now the roll is super important. It's gonna tell you how good, how easy your conflict is gonna be resolved. You see, so now you're rolling climbing to determine and see how well you escape the prison, not if you escape the prison. That twist, that create a huge difference in your gaming. Every roll you do, every time you're trying to resolve a situation, it should be clear if the task or the conflict is more important. Sometimes it's the task. For example, you're trying to open a chest that has a special item in it. You fail. You don't get the special item. That's a good example of a task. More important is the task. There's a chest in that room. You're in a dungeon. You're trying to open it. You cannot. You don't get the magic item inside. But if inside there's the only key, let's say you're a GM that paint itself in a corner, and in the chest there is the only key that opened the last door of the dungeon, so they have to open it. Now the conflict is more important than the task, so you roll the lockpick skill. They fail. You know what I'm saying? They fail again. So what they have to do, you have to open the goddamn chest, but they get bitten by a snake on the hand. You know what I'm saying? That for me, it took me like 2 or 3 years understanding that. Burning Wheel made me understand that. Vincent Baker as well on the forum, and it's just wow. Okay. Now I can play every game I want and have a really good experience, way better experience, because nobody's gonna get bogged down with tough decision like you don't climb the wall. You know, those yes or no dichotomy, like yes or no resolution. It doesn't have to be yes or no, fail or succeed. Doesn't have to, because once you realize that it depends on the most important is the task or the conflict at hand, create that big spectrum of possibility, and your narration never gets bogged down. That's why I say it's the most fundamental, one of the most fundamental skill GM and player should utilize in their game, and everybody must be aware around the table of that kind of interaction. That's gonna open up your gaming. That's gonna open up everything. So, do you use it? How do you use it? When did you learn about that? How did you learn about that? And do you have other kind of narrative skills, language-based skills, that make you open up your narration in your gaming? Is there any more stuff like that that you know, that you utilize, that you want to share? So let me know. Thank you for watching. Talk to you soon.